Hey everybody, Roddy here at the Good Spirits Company with Matthew, and I am going to ask Matthew some questions about one of his upcoming events.
Yes.
Matthew, you are doing your second Exploring Whisky tasting later this month.
I am.
And the first one seemed to go down very well. It was a kind of an overview, would you say?
Yeah, I think so. It was more of a kind of let's take whisky back to its basics and talk about Scotch from the ground up. I think often our tastings become our thoughts in the current whisky world, and we talk around quite specific things in the subject, which are endlessly fascinating to us.
And the people that attend.
Obviously, yes. But I think we also realise that there's often we might skirt over things that we really should focus on a bit more. So the first one was more just about whisky and its production and things like that.
And you had a range of, what was it? Did you include a blend or was it a grain? I can't remember.
No, there's a blend.
A blend.
A grain.
And then malts.
And then malts.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's different about the second one that you're doing?
So this tasting was really about looking at cask types. So I really wanted to kind of explore, when people say sherry, what does that mean? And what do you mean by bourbon cask and things like that. So just talking about cask types, but then comparing it to the things that are in the casks. So I've not nailed down the lineup yet.
So this is TBC provisional.
This may be something that might be on tasting, but we don't know yet. We haven't quite worked it out. But two things I definitely want to be talking about is bourbon, because it's so integral to so much Scotch whisky, and Oloroso sherry, because again, that is the bulk of the sherry that you'll taste. So having an idea of what those taste like and then seeing it represented in a Scotch whisky is really, I think, really important.
So for example, if this was the lineup, then you would be tasting the sherry alongside the Tamdhu, I guess?
Or maybe the Ardgowan Clydebuilt. So again,
which is a sherried,
quite heavily sherried, so you can really see where the flavour comes from. So those would be two options. A slightly more subtle sherry and a slightly more obvious sherry, maybe. But one of those,
a wee sherry monster.
I was thinking along the lines of something that's quite clearly bourbon cask, like the Glasgow Triple Distilled, alongside a bourbon to give people an idea.
And then maybe a couple of, like I randomly grabbed port and Sauterne, sweet wine, but I guess you could include a red wine or Madeira or...
Yes, I'm really wanting, the tastings in a couple of weeks and what we have on the shelves could dramatically change in those 2 weeks.
Yes.
It will change because the stock's always changing. So bourbon and sherry will always have, but the other types of casks will vary depending on what's in stock. So I'm hoping, I'd like to do something that's port, but we might not have any port style whiskies.
But there will be other things.
There will be other things. So
yeah.
there might be a Pedro Jimenez sherry. So that would be a different style of sherry. So we can talk about the differences. Or there might be a Madeira, or there might be a Sauterne, or there might be something from.
Yeah, and I think it's important to say that having done this kind of thing before, that both of us, we know that it makes so much more sense to taste the spirit and try and understand the wood when you've actually got the liquid to taste in front of you. It clarifies things so much.
It's such a enjoyable exercise to do.
It's instructive and fun, and it's something different as well. There'll be 4 whiskies, 4 liquids, so it will be a whiskey tasting, but done differently. Yeah,
4 whiskies plus 4 other samples. So it would be 4 4 Scotch whiskies, let's say that.
There might be a blend.
4 Scotch whiskies, but definitely an American whiskey. So that would be 5 whiskies, plus 3 other ingredients, 3 other things. So more like fortified wines or wines type things. So lower strength. So, but it should be fascinating and a great way to get to grips with what the cask can do to a whiskey.
Yeah. So that is
the 20th of March.
The tickets are £30 and they are still available. So maybe I won't be there, but Matthew will see some of you there.
Aha, I will see you there. It'll be great fun.
Cheers, folks.
Cheers, folks. See you later.